Ladies and gentlemen, I want to delve into a subject that's been agitating me since 3 days ago. Somebody called my attention to a video. According to how the video circulated far and wide, somebody claimed fraudulently that he was the king of the Igbos. And I don't know what I was searching for. I saw one Lazarus. He wrote an article about some people, and he referred to somebody again as the king of the 32 million Igbo people. Ladies and gentlemen, if these don't have far-reaching implications, I wouldn't have bothered myself. But these have far-reaching implications. When a people are caught adrift, when a people are disconnected from their true history, those people find it difficult to manage the present and find out how they would cope with the future. Traditionally, the Igbos did not just not have kings, but they detested kings. They understood the idea that somebody could become a ruler, that somebody could become a king. They understood it to be extremely dangerous. And they made sure that nobody in the society came close to becoming a king. But due to unhealed trauma, I'm using the word probably not to be arrogant, but I am the only person who has devoted the time to study Igbo history from 1900 to 2024. Nobody else has done this. Nobody else has done this. The only person that would be familiar with Igbo history from 1900 to 2024 is an Ashkenazi Jew that I studied with. During this period, the Igbos have largely gone through several traumatic events which have apparently broken the society apart. And due to this unhealed trauma, the Igbo people are acting in ways that people who have not gone through their experiences will not act. Because the society has broken apart, everybody wakes up in the morning. Those who are fortunate enough that their parents instilled in them a fear that every action has consequences would incline to do some good things. But those who grew up totally without inhibitions, those whose parents did not warn them that whatever you sow, you would reap, they go haywire. They concoct stories. They create false genealogies. They invent ancient kingdoms out of families. These things that Igbos call ancient kingdoms, none of them has up to 50 persons. Some have even gone overboard and called their families empires. Meanwhile, in Nigeria, the Yoruba, the Bini, the Hausa, the Fulani, the Tiv, the Doma, the Ijaw, all these people came up with kingdoms, and none of them have ever referred to their kingdoms as ancient. But the Igbo people, who have always been constituted in families due to the same trauma, call these families ancient kingdoms now. But these have effects today, and they will have effects tomorrow. As somebody, as the individual who has studied Igbo history in ways that nobody studied, I know that Igbos are where they are today because they were disconnected from their history prior to 1900. That was why a group like them detested, hated by all their neighbors, was not able to dodge the silver bullets. And these individuals that are going about inventing, fabricating genealogies are widening the grave to accommodate more Igbos in the future. Because their children will grow up and build on their lies. And what will the consequences be? More tragedies in store for the Igbo people. I repeat what I've said. The Igbo people did not have kings, do not have kings, and would not have kings. They have a unique culture called Omenana, which provided that the only sovereign of the Igbo people is Chukwu. So, a saying came up to buttress this belief. Chukwu bụ eze. And who is Chukwu? Chukwu is great God. Traditionally, the people who served as his servants in the Igbo society were the elders, ndị okenye. The people who acted for these elders were the priests of the communities. And the number one of them is the Eze Nri. The Eze Nri is still, that position is still there, even though, because the society has been overtaken by foreign and colonial influences, his influence is not what it used to be. The Eze Nri is the chief priest of the community called Nri. This community has several branches. They are the administrative headquarters of the Levites of the Igbos. So the chief priests in these communities are the number one priests of the Igbos. And then the 800 other Igbo communities, you can call them families, you can call them republics, have their chief priests. These chief priests perform rituals for the communities. Another class of influential people are Igbos who take the Nazarite vow and become Nze. In fact, everybody is coerced, encouraged to take these vows because they force you towards holiness. But interestingly, everybody under Chukwu is equal. Everybody has just one vote and one voice. Nothing like a king manifests in this society and could manifest. Everything that would preclude the existence of a king existed in this society. The land was split and divided among all the Igbo people. From one thing we go to the other. A website that calls itself Sahara Reporters, leaning on the tradition in Nigeria to attack the Igbos, is trending now. It said that the Igbo people deny women or disinherit women from some apparently land. I know that the owners of Sahara Reporters would not say that Islam or Christianity or any other religion in Nigeria, because Nigeria has 300 religions, will do the same. But the Igbos are the whipping boys of Nigeria, whipping group. After all, it's the group that everybody came together and tried to exterminate, so they would lean on Igbos and make their point. The writers of this article did not bother to investigate Igbo culture, to understand that the land is actually handed over to the women. The women inherit the land through their husbands, and the Igbo culture did not provide for any woman to be without a husband. But unfortunately, most Igbos don't even know what I'm talking about, because Igbos have other priorities today. This video has exceeded 10 minutes, so it's going to stop at any moment from now. But I'm reiterating that Igbos did not have kings, do not have kings, and will never ever have kings. Anybody that is calling himself a king of the Igbos is an impostor. This is important. And on this note, I say thank you and have a good week.